Hi, I'm Ahuva Gamliel, and this is Why We're Still Single, aka the Get a Clue workshop. Today we're going to talk about tip number 7, and that is a very important lesson for both men and women because it has to do with the reasons why we get into relationships. So to illustrate this clue, I do have another story, a true story. This story is about a person who I've known for about 10 years. And every so often, periodically, I get a phone call from this person, and it's always the same kvetch, the same complaint. It's the same relationship issue. It's, oh, I just broke up with my girlfriend. Poor me. I'm so depressed. When will I ever find the right woman to have to be married and have children, to have a family? And blah blah blah. So it's always the same story that some woman broke his heart and now he's just this victim of these consequences. Well, what this person doesn't realize is that he's in the relationship for the wrong reason. Every time he goes into a relationship, it's to fulfill his own ego. It is basically a relationship that revolves around himself, because the other person is merely the object of his affection. Now, what happens is that it's human nature to want to love and be loved. And people sometimes are so wrapped up with being in love that it doesn't even matter who the other person is in the relationship, because they just want to be in a relationship. So they're in a relationship for the wrong reasons, because it doesn't really have anything to do with the person that they're in a relationship with. They just want to feel needed, they want to feel wanted, they want to feel vibrant and alive and special, and they find somebody to get into a relationship with, and it inevitably fails. Why? Well, De La Soul would tell you that every time you're in a relationship, even though it seems like you're dating different people, you're actually dating the same person. Why? Here's your answer. That's who you're dating. That's who it's all about. Yep. And that's why it fails, because it's all about you and not about the other person. So the tip number 7 is not to date for the wrong reasons. A lot of people are in love with being in love. Well, hold out and find a person who is really worthy of your love, and find a person that is compatible with you and who can go the long haul with you. And in the meantime, just hold on and don't get into relationships until you find something that is really worthwhile. A lot of people, and women too, we try to quote unquote shove a square peg in a round hole, because we try to, even if we know that somebody is not the one, we try to force them into being the one by twisting things in our minds about who they are and who they are not and who they could become. But really, this is an important thing, this is an important tip, and that is, don't be in love with being in love. You should love the person, and it shouldn't be a selfish love. That's about it. So tip number 7 is for people to recognize and realize the reasons why they're in a relationship, that it should be about making the other person happy, not about making yourself happy, and not being in love with being in love with the person, and not having a selfish love, because selfish love is going to fail every time. Okay, so thanks for listening, share it with a friend, and until next time, take care. Bye-bye.